We are headed towards the end, everyone. This is House of M, issue 7. And I feel like House of M, in and of itself, didn't need to necessarily be 8 issues long, considering how the first 6 issues were mostly talking. But let's dive into who made this. This is writer Brian Michael Bendis. Penciler is Olivier Coipel. Inkers is John Dell, Scott Hanna, and Tim Townsend. Colorist is Frank D'Armata with Paul Mounts, and letter was Chris Eliopoulos. So at this point, all hell has broken loose on Genosha as the X-Men and the Avengers are wanting to attack Magneto, thinking that he is the one behind this new reality where mutants rule and the humans are the minority. In the battle scenes, these are beautiful pieces. But what's unfortunate, and I've mentioned this in the first 6 issues, is it just feels like window dressing. Because we get a few moments here, like Rogue attacking Nova and getting his quasar powers. And then this is kind of where we start focusing is on Pietro and Wanda. Lorna says, Pietro, get Wanda out of here and go find father. I can only keep this magnetic field from. There's something wrong with her, Lorna. And we see Wanda begin to fall apart. He goes, what have you done to my sister? Because remember, he's always, through all the years, is the one that has protected her. And he just tends to he's just going after everyone. Why are you attacking my family? And because Rogue absorbed Nova, he gets a nice smash across the ground. Wrong one, sugar. Wham! And so again, all this beautiful artwork that's kind of just wasted on like a set piece, essentially, because then we see Doctor Strange look up. We see this lone tower with light. And he goes into his astral plane form, and then we find the real Wanda Maximoff. She goes, Doctor Strange, Wanda, you look well. And so, unfortunately, even though the dialogue is interesting, it breaks down to sitting and talking. And unfortunately, that's just what a lot of modern comics are. She's like, you look vibrant. Like what are you, in the astral plane? How are you? I was scared we lost you. Your body seemed to fall apart down there. Oh, that wasn't my body. I don't leave the children alone. So she says, do you mind? He says, may I play too? Of course. It's good to see you again. I miss our talks. You remember me? Remember you. You were there at the birth of my children. How did you find yourself here in Genosha, Doctor? You brought us here, Wanda. I did? You created young Layla Miller to bring us here. I don't know who that is. No, I guess you wouldn't. My apologies, young prince, because he says, you're full of questions. Playtime isn't talk time. My apologies, young prince. I do have many questions, but there's little time for that now. Why? We have all the time in the world. Our friends are fighting over you, over your father, right outside. And I just love how the bricks come apart to see the destruction. No one should be fighting. Wanda, how did your father do this? Where's Charles Xavier? He just wanted me to be happy. He wanted all of us to be happy. Is that what Magneto said? It's more complicated than that, Doctor. You have to understand he was trying to save me. So at this point, there is spoilers abound, so if you don't want to be spoiled, pause this video, go check out the videos and read the comics, and then come back. And you're back. So we go back to House of M #1, where the X-Men and the Avengers are trying to figure out what they should do with Wanda. Xavier, the rest, this is Pedro talking. All the Avengers, all the X-Men, they're meeting right now in New York. I was just there. They're agreeing to kill her. Why else would they meet? They're going to decide there's no other way. And they're going to come here and kill her. My sister, your own daughter. Pietro, they may be right. I swore upon my life to protect her, first from you, and now from them. The Avengers were our only family, and now they're going to kill her, and you agree? What would you have me do? They're going to kill her. What would you have me And in one moment, we actually get where there doesn't have to be 600 things of dialogue where the page can breathe. Pietro breaks down. You see Magneto trying to hold it together because it's the life he's known being this militaristic militia leader. So he's trying to hold it together and just leads him. And Wanda basically says, am I a coward for not wanting to off myself? Even though I know you should, it'll be over soon. And I can already hear Xavier's voice in my head and he's checking on me. I wish I could tell if any of this was real. Because at this point, it was during Avengers Disassemble where Wanda killed the Avengers. And she went mad. And so her powers are out of check. And one thing I will say, if you go back to like the late, I guess you'd say late Silver Age, early Bronze Age, I miss when Wanda was happy with, what's his name, Vision. And they were starting their life. And at the end of the Wanda and Vision comic books, everyone, including Pietro, they all made peace with Magneto, and they were all a happy family. That's why I get mad. We've gone over both these issues, so I'll try to remember to leave a card. But there's another issue of Avengers that kind of follows the tail end of those comics. And right after that, same Pietro says, no, get out of here, you rotten, awful man, and basically banishes Magneto from their sight. And I just feel like it undid everything of that happy ending, which really chaps my hide, because then it leads us to all this anger. Where Pietro says, you could. What? You could take it back. You can make everyone happy. I can't control it. What if I was there to help you? You and I together. There's nothing you can't do. In an instant. Not only will we have what we deserved, you could give that to our friends as well. And so as the door closes, Strange realizes that it's not Magneto that did this. And Magneto, ready to attack Layla and Emma, he gets his memories back. And needless to say, he is not happy with his son. Where is it? Hold on. I feel like we just skipped through a whole bunch of ads to talk about this. Hold on. Where is it? Okay. This ends. And we see everyone fly backwards. And of course, through the ads. We see Magneto's not a happy camper. What have you done in my name, boy? You used her and you used me. I would never have allowed this. And he proceeds to beat his own son to death. And he goes, Wanda, you shall. And then we get this calm before the storm as now she sees her brother beaten to a bloody pulp. He only wanted you to be happy. Look what you've done to us, Daddy. Pietro was right. You ruined us before we even had a chance. Why would you treat your own children this way? Babies. Why? Because you actually think you're better than everyone else? And this is one thing that I will say when I'm talking about wordiness. Look at this panel. We're supposed to see Magneto with this fear in his eyes. And look where the word balloons are, right over the face. That is some terrible paneling. Or I, the editor, I've been like, guys, come on. Why are we covering the artworks? We can't see his expression. Because the dialogue is interesting, but it says the arrogance of you. You think because we're mutants, we're better than them, that we deserve to rule. Even when we get what you want, you're still this horrible man. We're not the next step. We're not gods. We're freaks. We're mutants. And you chose this over us, and you ruined us. And then this is where we get the memorable, where she just goes, Daddy, no more. Everyone doesn't know what to do. And needless to say, the book ends, and we got one more issue. And minus some real talky kind of slow down moments, House of M is relatively entertaining. We still have an aftermath, which is issue 8. But I don't know. I just kind of wish that we would have seen more of the battle, more emotion amongst all the other combatants, rather than, like I said, them just being trade Jesse. I don't know. That's just my opinion. What do y'all think? If you've enjoyed what you see, please first and foremost support your local comic shop or wherever it is like to get your action figures and comics, and pick up this series and let us know what you think. And if you've enjoyed this review, really would appreciate taking a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Helps the channel more than you could possibly know. And if you don't mind hitting that fancy little M bell next to subscribe, that was when we continue to upload content. You guys get notified. Come to the channel, and I love talking with y'all and hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments or the socials, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. And if you enjoy what I do and you'd like to support the channel, I left the PayPal link down in the description. And if not, I still appreciate you watching this video. Either way, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope y'all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, everyone.